Sunday Share. We are live on Facebook and Zoom. I already see many people signing on Zoom connection. And today we are so happy to be able to invite Martin Eisele, Doctor of Oriental Medicine and also Doctor of Law. I am so happy to have him here because he is one of the students and practitioners continue learning from Dr. Tan, and he also a very close friend of Dr. Tan because of this relationship with Dr. Tan. So I have the privilege to get to know Dr. Tan. And you can see Sifu's photo with Martin at the birthday party in Las Vegas is right there. So what Dr. Tan, I'm sure Sifu is always there with you at your clinic. So welcome Dr. Eisele and Martin. I call him Martin all the time. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yes.
I actually have two of these pictures. I have one that I in my office, and this one is usually out in the waiting room so people can see Sifu.
Where is your gold level certificate?
It's out there, but I didn't have a place to hang it in here. So I'll go hold it up.
I better go print another one and send it to you so you can have it. Two of them. I'll charge you double for that.
There you go. Thank you.
All right. Now, I would like to introduce you formally who Dr. Martin Eisele is. He is the owner of the Evergreen Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine in Little Rock, Arkansas, and a devoted balanced method acupuncturist, acupuncture practitioner. He is certified as gold level with Dr. Tan's balance method. He had the distinct privilege of studying regularly with Dr. Richard Tefutian in his clinic and his seminar for more than 10 years, 10 plus years. Continued to train with Dr. Eileen Yue Ling, nationally certified acupuncturist and Chinese herbal medicine by the National Certification Commission for the Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine. Martin are also an author, a column for the Little Rock Healthcare Journal, and he has practiced Tai Chi Chuan and other Chinese inner art for more than 20 years. And he also the president of Arkansas Acupuncture Board of Director, and he also working on certify and licensing the acupuncturist in Arkansas. And he also have the degree of the Doctor of Law. Therefore, you know, if you have any question regarding the law, I believe you can ask our big brother, Martin. He's not gonna be liking this.
Do you know what I tell people? They come in and they say, I want to ask you a legal question. I say, I charge $250 for each legal question. If you want to talk about acupuncture, I'll talk all day for free.
Oh, let's talk about acupuncture then. So tomorrow he is going to hold a seminar, a meeting to legalize the licensing in Arkansas. So we would like to thank him for doing all that, for helping acupuncturists to be qualified and not just neighbor can pick out a needle and poking somebody. Okay, so is that what you're doing tomorrow, Martin?
Actually, there's a legislative board that's reviewing a potential bill that would come up in the next year's session, which starts in January, that would basically get rid of licensing for acupuncturists, meaning your neighbor can just stick needles in you. No licensing required at all. And so we had to hire a lobbyist and fight that and go down and testify in front of the committee and all that kind of thing. And so we think we have it beat, but if you think your licensing is safe, it's might not be. In Arkansas, it's never quite safe. So the battle.
I'm sure we need to definitely make sure every one of you acupuncturists out there, if you're licensed, then make sure your license is guaranteed. So we need to sometimes pay attention to this part of our practice, not just because I'm licensed, I pass my board, and everything is fine. And everything is need to be careful. Okay. So just a little side note for everyone. So let me tell you how I get to know Martin, because Dr. Tan is Martin is close friend with Dr. Tan, so I always call him Big Brother Martin, because Martin speaks fluent Chinese. In case you want to know, and he has many talents. That is just one of it, and I also working on making him to be the head of our self-help, internal art, internal cultivation like Tai Chi Chuan, and internal practice. So he's on it, but he has not agreed to do it yet. So I'm hoping one day he will help the Academy of Acupuncture to be hold on to that part of the vision, that he can start teaching for all of us for Tai Chi Chuan that he been practiced, and also other internal Kung Fu. So he can tell you more. I don't know more about that. But when you see him practice Tai Chi, and you just see him swing his arm, that you can feel the chi. And I was worried that I'm standing too close. And when he just swing his arm, I'm gonna fly all the way over there. So that's how powerful he is. And then if you have any chance that come to San Diego for the Powerhouse Seminar, make sure you talk to Martin, you talk to John Meany, you talk to Gord Jackie, you talk to Jim Westmoreland. I'm gonna make all these people show up. So I want you to show up too. So now I talk enough. I want Martin to talk because this is your interview. So now tell us, how did you find Dr. Tan, and why you continue come back to learn balance method from Dr. Tan?
You know what? As you say that, and I think back to the first time that I was exposed to him and his techniques and that kind of thing, I got a chill.
Oh,
because it makes me feel good. So my first exposure was when I was in acupuncture school. I had a class with a man named Whitfield Reeves, who teaches sports acupuncture, and he does this whole certification. And he's very talented. He's done a lot of Olympic athletes, bicyclists race across America, all those kind of things. He's done research on sports medicine. But he introduced us to Dr. Tan's kind of ideas and maybe just a few points. And so before I graduated, I actually had heard of Dr. Tan because Dr. Tan was in the list of the techniques that were famous. And so then I didn't hear about it for a while. I came back and went to China, I studied there, and then came back and started my practice. But I went up to, I think it was Boston, to a seminar where there was a bunch of different practitioners teaching. And Sifu had, I think it was a full day, it may have been a half day, but I had heard his name and I thought, well, I'll go over there and take the class. And when I went in there, it was amazing because he was a teacher like no other. You know, most teachers are kind of boring, and he was, you know, he's not like real lively, but he had this passion for what he did. And it was also something that I had never heard. The way he thought about acupuncture was completely different. And I thought, okay, one, I'm attracted to him as a teacher, so I need to find out more. And two, I have no idea what he's talking about, even though I had spent 4 years in school and a whole year in China, and you know, the whole balance method and everything. And so then I guess I did a little research and I found out the basic core fundamental course in San Diego. I love California, so I decided, okay, I'll go out there for 4 days and sit there in a room. And went out there, and I think that's when I first met you. And because I don't think you were in Boston. I don't know who he had with him at the time.
I don't know which beautiful apprentice that he brought with him.
So went through that first day, and then, you know, in the San Diego, in the DoubleTree Hotel, and we all go out and have a drink. It's time for a drink. and we go out there, and I don't really know anybody, so I'm kind of standing there by myself, and I don't mind drinking alone, you know. And he just comes right over to me, and he goes, "What's your name?" And I told him. He says, "Where are you from?" I said, "Arkansas." He goes, "You here alone?" I said, "Yes." And he says, "You come to dinner with us." I go,
Oh,
"Okay." And after that, and I think maybe that night or one of the next nights or so, because I have experience with the Chinese martial arts and the Chinese culture. At one point, I was sitting next to him, and I knew that you never let the teacher's teacup go empty. And so I
yeah.
kept feeling that you don't eat before, all this kind of stuff. And I think he kind of recognized that I knew that kind of stuff. So anyway, and then I went through this whole 4 days and came back to my practice just like everybody else that starts this program, and just went, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let me get one of the books that I just bought, the 12 and 12 and 12 more, 24 more, whatever it was, and start flipping through and going, okay, let's just try this one, and doing that kind of thing. And so I started doing that. I didn't come back and immediately change everything that I did because I'd had a lot of experience in Japanese style acupuncture and all that. So I started integrating it a little bit more and finding out that it started working. And what I used to tell Sifu is one of the joys of using his system was you put the needles in and you see these patients go, and I say, "Are you okay?" Thinking maybe I hurt them or something. They go, "No, it's gone." I'm like, "Really?" The pain is gone. The one needle or two needles or five needles. And so I would say, this look from the patients, that's instant feedback. And because, and I have to give you, now you're my Sifu, so I have to give you some credit too. One of the best parts of the seminars was the comedy team of Sifu and Eileen. Because you'd be over there in the corner and he would talk about something and you yell stuff out and and he would
In
like,
Chinese, of
yeah,
course.
Eileen, anyway, so it just became a fun thing to do. Started meeting people like Gord and Jackie and Jim Westmoreland and John Minnie and Paul from Houston and a number of people, Anna DeLobo and all these different people. And you go and half of it is just seriously intense learning. The other half is like get to know each other and party and have a lot of fun. Don't take life too seriously. So I was very attracted to that. So I went back and I did the basic thing one more time, and then I went back and did the basic thing one more time, and then I went back and did the basic thing one more time. And then I felt that I got to a point where I could do some advanced stuff. So
So you're coming back to see me or see Sifu? Do you like the comedy part or you like the whole thing?
well, always enjoy learning, but the comedy was, that was an extra benefit.
That's all right, huh? I really enjoy Sifu's seminar because there's always something funny, something that I say, hey, Sifu, you forgot the joke. Please, can you add the joke in this part? Remember?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, Eileen, who's the teacher here? Sifu, sorry, I just like your joke better than your theory.
One of the interesting things about his seminars that doesn't, in my experience up till then, didn't really happen was what they called the dog and pony show, where he would get people up and treat them. And of course, in school, when they had all those weird techniques where you thread a needle from SI3 to LI4, they would say, can I have a volunteer? And I'd be like, do me, put the bladder 1 in, that kind of thing, do me, because I wanted to see what it felt like. So I don't know if it was the first time he treated, but I'd been out there and since I got there, I had a really bad sore throat. And the seminar was kind of grueling because I didn't feel good. And finally I went up there and I got into the dog and pony show and had him treat me. And I said, just sore throat, maybe a little runny nose and blah, blah, blah. And I can't remember exactly what he did. I think he did some points, like stomach points on my foot and maybe LI stomach. And I just sat there for about a half an hour. And while everybody was drinking at happy hour, I went and took a nap and came back. And I told him the next day, I said, I don't know if it was the acupuncture that you did or the sake that we drank last night, but I feel great. So I got that experience of that firsthand knowledge, firsthand experience with the needles.
Great. Awesome. So I like to acknowledge all the people who is on the Facebook watching us. Antonio Alfaro's here, and Lee is here. Jay is here, and Tina Chan is here, your girlfriend, one of your
Hello.
one of the comedy team, okay? And Hiroko is also here watching. And of course, we have Lars is here. Some of the people coming, watching from Ireland, some people watching from Nepal, some people watching from Costa Rica. And of course, California, San Diego, all over the world is watching us right now. And Gordon Jackie is here. And just want to say hi to everyone and Tony and everyone. So thank you for watching. And then if you are watching but you're not saying hi yet, please come up and say hi so we know you're here. Thank you so much. And Julia's here. So thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully everybody Sunday they will be here. 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, they will see us. Somebody from Sweden is watching you, Martin. You're famous in Sweden now.
Can we do this in Sweden?
I'm already broadcasting you to Sweden. No. Okay, yes. Anything you say, big brother. So Tina wanted to tell you that she's watching this just like seeing the Dr. Tan show. Love it. Thank you so much. And Patricia from Toronto, and Tina say miss you guys all. And then I believe that in the future when we are no longer pandemic, and then we will have get together in San Diego again. I'm hoping everybody will be here. And Manuel's here. And tell me more, why are you from a big shot lawyer and now you prefer to practice acupuncture so much that you have a clinic with it, and then you are devoted all your knowledge, including Bazi seminar, the 3 essential. You take every seminar from Dr. Tan, and you stick with this field of the 5 art, Shan Yi Ming Shang Pu, as I always mention to everybody. So tell us, why are you transfer from, not totally transfer, but you're so in love with Chinese medicine? What is the motive?
Well, let me say this first. With all these people watching, when you asked to interview me, I was thinking, why do you want to interview me when you've got people like John Minnie, Westmoreland, and Gordon and Jackie and Anna and all these different people? I always feel that what I'm doing is kind of boring compared to their level of skill. So I just want to throw that out there as, the student among the teachers, so to speak. But when I used to be a lawyer, I practiced law for 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 28. I did Taekwondo for 14 years, and I think my back just sort of gave out. I had surgery. And then that was when I was a lawyer, and I was always looking, I was never interested in law, so I decided, well, I'm going to do something else. And then I started doing Tai Chi. So the short story is Tai Chi took me to kind of learning a little bit concepts of Chinese medicine. And then I actually started getting acupuncture for my back. And I thought, well, this is interesting. I used to massage people all the time.
What?
Well, because I got a lot of massages and I would just pay attention to what they were doing, and I would learn by receiving them. And so people say, you should do massage therapy. And I was like, yeah, it's a lot of work. So I got acupuncture. I thought, well, I'll do that. So I did a couple years of research, and I ended up going to Southwest Acupuncture College. So now the joke is, I tell people, I said, I used to be a lawyer. Now I'm an acupuncturist. I'm still a prick.
Oh, yes. That's the Dr. Prick on the YouTube.
Prick.
This name come from.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I even type it on the reply on the YouTube says, Dr. Prick, please, I welcome you to San Diego. I will cook for you. And that
Well,
is you. You already ate my food. Oh my God.
I saw that.
Oh, for the 10 more years. Now I understand. Great. All right. So let's talk about some of your wonderful case study. Are you going to give us some good, juicy case study that quick go to group points or some thoughts? Or what you get? What you got
Well,
for
all
us?
right. So when people ask me about acupuncture, if they come in with back or neck pain, I say, look, the majority of people that I treat, most people in Arkansas are not that advanced as far as knowing about acupuncture. So if they've heard about acupuncture, they know it treats pain. And the majority of people that come to me are pain patients. The majority of them have back or neck pain. So I treat a lot of back and neck pain. And I'm going to kind of show you basically my deal with that. But I will tell you that when another one of those episodes where you get the patient that kind of does like this, I had a patient came in for whatever he came in for, and just as a casual side, he said that his big toe on one side was sort of frozen. He couldn't bend it like this.
Big toe.
Big toe.
Got it.
Yeah. And he says, can you do anything about that? And I said, I don't know what part hurts and that kind of thing. And he says, well, kind of the whole thing. And so I was like, I don't know what to do. I just went to his other big toe and stuck a needle in that, right? And I go, now try to move your the bad big toe. And he went like this. And his wife, who was a nurse, immediately said, oh my God, he hasn't been able to move that toe in years. I have an x-ray of it and it's frozen, right? And so they were amazed. And I was too. I was like, really? Anyway, so that's one of those episodes.
Okay, let me tell you that what he was just do for the big toe tree, the big toe, that is system number 6, the San Meridian, 循经取穴法, San Meridian, system number 6. You haven't learned that for a while because Dr. Tan really never talk about it, but I believe those people who taking the class long enough and many times that you catch that. So you understand you can use the San Meridian, but on the other side. Don't put it on where it hurts. You put it on the exactly where that is, but on the other side, and then the same location, same meridian that you put needles in, you can treat that. That's a system number 6, just to share that.
Yeah. One of the things about this whole system, Dr. Tan's system, for me, I'm a visual learner. So when somebody walks into my office and they say, you know, especially if it's pain, if it's just kind of simple, something's happening here on my body somewhere, as soon as they start talking and they say, well, it hurts here, or I look at the chart and it says something circled there, I immediately know what I'm going to do.
Oh.
You know, I might change it around in my head and do one thing versus the other, but I immediately know where I'm going to go with these kind of things. So for me as a visual learner, it's real easy, simple. And so when Sifu had his birthday, I remember I got up and I said, I'm sorry, Sifu, I've changed acupuncture 1, 2, 3 to a whole new, easier concept.
Tell me, I want to hear it.
Acupuncture 1, where do you hurt? Acupuncture 2, sit down and shut up. Acupuncture 3, give me your money. Right? Because as soon as people, if you get the system down, as soon as they say it's here or there or whatever, you already know. You know the meridians that are there. You know where you're going to go with it. You know, I might not do things on a very complicated level. You know, very simple, and that's kind of what I'm going to show you here.
Okay.
Most of the people that have had these seminars, even through the first seminar, might know this already. But if you're new to this kind of thing, so back pain. I have a system that I do for back pain. We talked the other day, and you said, "Well, Yao Tong." I said, "No, it's kind of like that." So let's see if we can look at this here. Let me see here. Where are we going? Oh. Okay, so.
Oh.
we're going to start with this. Lingu, Dabai, Zongbai,
Yes.
triple warmer 4, SI3, SI4. Right.
Okay.
So basically, we're doing, 1, 2,
Higher.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Higher.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yes. 3 and 4.
yeah. So we have this line, and then we have this line.
Yes.
If they have spasms, kind of an acute thing, what I will do is I'll put those 5 needles in, or some version of those 5 needles, the cross here and cross here, and have them walk around. And I have them walk up the hallway, come back, I'll twist the needles. Walk up the hallway, come back, I'll twist the needles. Do that until they say, and I'll tell them to breathe and relax and that kind of thing. And then I'll put them on the table, and I'll do a global version of that. So the where it is, Lingu, Dabai, Zongbai.
Yes.
Yeah. So then I switch to, and this could be for back or neck pain, and I'll show you how to switch that. So then I do this global version. So the yin and yang. I switch over here to the yin side, and I do lung 7, lung 9.
Yes, I see that. Lung 7, lung 9.
And usually heart 7.
Heart 7, heart 4 to 5. Yes.
Yeah. And then if it's more gallbladder, I'll do the heart.
Yes.
And if it's more towards the side, more of the quadratus type stuff, and then more towards the spine,
Yes.
And then let's see, down here I'll do the yin side is kidney 3 or kidney 247, depending on if they, sometimes it's just how big is the pain. Does it start at the lumbar and kind of go down into the hips and the sacrum, or if they have depleted kidneys, if they tend to be depleted. And then I'll do liver 3, maybe liver 4, if it's more gallbladder stuff. And then typically I'll do spleen 6, and I'll add spleen 9 if they have a bunch of damp stuff. Arkansas is very damp. People here have very damp diets, so I might throw that in. But the ones in parentheses here are things that I add in addition. Typically, I'll do the ones that are not in parentheses the whole time. Then we come over here to the yang side, and I'll do bladder 65, 64, and gallbladder 41. Occasionally gallbladder 40. So you can see with the, let's see, I can't do this backwards. There we go. Okay, so SI3, SI4, and it matches down here to bladder. It's the same points. It's basically everything on the hand is showing up on the foot.
Yes, that makes sense. You
So
got it.
That's the yang side.
Oh.
And then the yin side, I just sort of match them up this way, So I consider the hand to be, I do some here with this length, right, from the shoulder to here, and this is low back,
Right.
Or it can be neck, right? And then the other side, the yin side. Some of these yin points, like kidney 3, spleen 6, I almost always do stomach 36 and gallbladder 34 for the tendons, but just as an overall support.
Yes.
Right. And sometimes it might be the muscles in the front, that are pulling you down, that kind of thing. But this is the way I look at the hand. So.
Oh, that's a great one. Everybody take a screenshot.
Yeah. So you see the ones in orange here.
Yeah.
This is Yaotong, the ones here, and this is the one for the neck. I forget their name, but this is
Dojing.
Yeah, this is triple warmer 3 or Zongbai.
Yeah.
And then triple warmer 4, and this is Lingu and Dabai, and then so over here, if we're doing let's see here, mid back. So if it's more neck and upper back, then I'll just shift this point up to here. If it's reversed, then I'll shift this point down to here, right? So I consider this to be sort of the muscles in the back, So, and sometimes I'll just do those points and just have them walk around, that sort of quick quick and dirty thing.
That's awesome.
So
Let me ask you a question because usually people, if they continue doing a lot of small intestine here, 3 and 4, sometimes they feel that tingling sensations. I do have patients like that, frankly.
tingling in the hand, you mean?
Right. So they will feel tingling sensation after you remove the needles. And when that happens, what do you do?
Well, it depends on exactly what they're feeling. Sometimes there might be a little bit of a hematoma. So, we'll just press on there. And, I say, look, it can be a tiny little capillary. It can be a nerve. And I explain things to people in a Western sense. I rarely talk to people about their chi. They'll yeah, because it's too complicated to talk. And I will explain it on some levels, but I'll say, they say, well, why did that one hurt and the other ones didn't hurt? I said, well, we just hit a little nerve. And it makes more sense to them that, oh, that's your chi and it's really flowing and all that. I don't want to go through all that stuff with them. It's like, so, but yeah,
All right.
yeah, occasionally you get the hematoma, and I have I keep a little bottle of arnica gel in the refrigerator, and I squirt some on there, and then I just put the bottle right on top because it's cold.
Oh, okay. That's so
Yeah.
smart. Got it.
Yeah. So and then I have these little, what they call boo-boo buddies. They're the little gel packs for, in case there is a hematoma or something like that. But usually I'll just tell them to rub it. I said, it'll go away. And if it continues hurting a little bit after the treatment, I said, that's good for you because your body's still responding to that point on your hand or your foot or whatever. And your mind is logging that in.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll tell people that there are those techniques where you put the needle in and let them leave. Most of the time we do that with the little press tacks, but there some of the Chinese techniques, they'll put them in and tape them down, let them go.
That's right. You're from China. You're training. Some of their trainings from China. They do let people taking the needle home, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that was great. Quick couples.
Can I tell you a couple others that I do that's a little bit not related to that?
Yeah.
Just
Well, before you tell the others, I was trying to figure out if I can have you have a screenshot of that piece of paper. Maybe you can send it to me so I can paste it at the comments later. So that's what I'm trying to say. Now, what else you want to tell us?
All right. So another problem that comes in here on a fairly regular basis is shingles.
Oh, yeah.
If you know balance method, then shingles can go anywhere. My dad had it in his throat. Most people get it around the rib cage, sometimes down the arm, down the leg. So you really have to know somewhat of the balance method in order to pick which needles you're going to do to hit those points. But one of the things that I always do is this. See here, ion pumping cords.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Gallbladder 41, triple armor 5, the DIMI, because shingles is always wrapping, right? Is the horizontal meridian, right? So it doesn't matter whether it's here or the ribs or in the leg, it's coming out from the spine and wrapping around, usually one side. So I use the DIMI points. I just put the regular needles in the DIMI, but the Japanese ion pumping cords is a cord. If you don't know what it is, it's just a cord with 2 little clips on it, and it has a diode in there that allows electrons to flow one way. So really they're supposedly flowing from one point to the other and through the body and back through. So it makes the point that they're flowing to stronger. So if it's gallbladder 41 and triple arm 4, gallbladder 41 is where you want them to flow because that's the master point. And the other point is you can actually use that for trigeminal neuralgia because that kind of wraps around this way, treat where the pain is. You can treat the neck itself because that's where it's coming from, but it's also wrapping. So you can use these types of things. And then the next one is the Renma for menopausal hot flashes. I can tell you.
Yeah, everybody wants that. Can I have the information? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Look at me, I'm already all the way into my computer. Is lung 7?
Well, it's just lung 7, kidney 6, but
Oh, yeah.
you run the cord, you know, for it's treating the yin, so you run the cord from lung 7 to kidney 6, and I can tell you, without using herbs, for most patients, this works within a few treatments.
Oh,
They'll come back in and they'll say, it's a lot less, or it's less intense and less frequent. You get them to tell you how many they're having and how long they last, and do you have day sweats and night sweats, hot flashes, you know, basically the same thing. So, but this cord tends to have a really good effect. It's still the balance method. You're just adding the cord to it.
yeah, there's no machine on it. I know iron pumping cord is just a wire attached to two sides of the needles. That's it. No electricity, nothing. So I do know that. Yeah, I did not know that. Well, I mean, I never tried that before. I know the cord, so that would be a good thing for me to start trying. Thank you so much for the tip. Awesome.
One little trick is you have some of that sort of skin type tape around, doesn't stick that well, and you tape it down, tape the little clips down where they are attached to the needles, because they always fall off if you don't.
Okay, got it.
Or somebody moves, you know.
That's right. So today we are so proud that I am so proud that I be able to have Martin on our interview and with the Academy of Acupuncture, and one of the very, very well known in our own community. The reason I invite them because I want to show you, you are one of this community. You are a balanced method practitioner. These are your big brothers, and they are doing really well. They are doing the balance method. They sustain their business by doing balance method. And I want you to be part of this. So that's why I want to have a community that I'm creating. Not me. Dr. Tan created, I just maintained it. I want this maintain to go on long, long, long. Every generation, I want you to be part of it. So Martin is one of the big brother. John Min is one of the big brother. Jim Westmoreland, and all these people. If I didn't mention your name, please don't get mad at me. And Gore and Jackie, if I didn't mention your name, sorry. But continue watching our Sunday share, so you'll be part of this family. And you know them, and when you see them in person, you're like, hey, I saw your interview. They're like, yeah, did you use the iron pumping cord with the balance method? You say, yeah, I did. And make sure, Martin, you like scotch?
Do I like scotch?
I'm
not a big scotch drinker.
Sorry.
My dad used to let us taste his scotch drink when we were little kids, and I always thought it tasted like scotch tape. That's the connection I made. I didn't know what scotch tape tastes like, but I don't like scotch.
So sorry then, I forgot what you like to drink.
Nothing these days.
Oh, that's right. You stopped drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I was trying to let you guys know what he like to drink. So when you go to the Powerhouse seminar, you see him, you buy him a drink. So you can ask any question about Chinese medicine. He will answer you. But apparently now you don't have to buy anything because he doesn't drink anymore. Yay, good for us.
I'm a lawyer. I'll talk all day.
Okay, good. I like that too. But you charge $250 for law questions.
Yeah. Don't ask me a legal question.
Okay then. I will not ask any legal question then. All righty. Thank you so much. We're up today. Today already good and 11:37. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for sharing your knowledge, like Julia just said, and Joe Smith is here from Bay Area, and Roberto, and Jalad, they're all here and watching us. Thank you so much. I will see you guys next Sunday. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you, Sifu.
I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I can't see you, but I love you anyway.
Love you. Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.